for years, I mean, I felt very, very fulfilled in my life. I mean, honestly, for one thing, so many people search for long lasting love, to find a partner, right? Not everybody wants that. That was something I certainly wanted, to have a family and whatever. So I certainly checked off those boxes very, very early on. And, again, I was never going to settle. So I was very, very fortunate that somebody came into my life, when I was 23, and we've just been a phenomenal match. But it was, for me, the missing piece was the physical, was having that body. I had a strong body. I grew up on a farm. Whatever, I was always very, very strong, but I always struggled with my weight. And so that was one piece where I don't know, I always chased. I always felt less than, right? It was always something like, oh my gosh, like I have to be on another diet. And I just, even though I was a trainer and I knew how to lift the weights, and I had become very, very fit at certain times in my life. That was one that was always just nagging at me. So when honestly, when I hit rock bottom after having my fourth son, and I was so tired. So what I didn't have in my life was, I was exhausted. So I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the body that I wanted, right? So I was very, very happy with my family. So, and that's so many people, right? They have this, let's look at a wheel. Yeah. And they have, they filled out different pies, or maybe they're very, very financially, set. Right? Like their career is at an all-time high, but they're falling apart physically, and they just can't find, the relationship that they're searching for, or, perhaps they're not able to have a family, whatever it might be, because everybody's definition of having it all is different. Right. Not everybody wants 4 kids. Not everyone wants 4, right? So it was, I would say, as I had that physical transformation back in 2011. That was huge for me, because that was probably the biggest missing piece for me. And I was able to, create an income for myself. I always knew that I was a 6-figure plus income earner. I always knew that I had that potential, even though I didn't have a university degree. And I was married to, an engineering professional. But I didn't have that. But I always knew what my self-worth was. I never lacked that belief in myself. So it was, with network marketing, there's no cap.